Welcome back now to Secretary of State Antony Blinken in an exclusive interview with Fox News correspondent Benjamin Hall. The Secretary of State denied any role in pushing the 2020 letter aimed to discredit the New York Post reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop. Watch this.
Can you explain what your role was in that and if you incentivized it?
Well, first, one of the great benefits of this job is that I don't do politics and don't engage in it. But with regard to that letter, I didn't, wasn't my idea, didn't ask for it, didn't solicit it, and I think the testimony that the former Deputy Director of the CIA, Mike Morrell, put forward confirms that.
Yeah, and Lee Carter, weigh in here because the testimony from Mike Morrell was more about Blinken suggested that the intelligence community get behind this idea that it was Russian disinformation. So he's saying that the testimony confirmed that. Actually, the testimony did the opposite.
Yeah, these contradictions, I think, really kill trust. And when you look at some of the most recent polling, Gallup released what the top 10 issues are to Americans. The number one issue right now, which is different than it has been, is poor leadership and lack of faith in the government. 18% of Americans say that's the number one priority right now. And you can see why. There's a complete lack of trust in our institutions, in the people that are running them, and that creates a huge problem for our country. And more than half of Americans think there's too much time focused on probes. They want more time focused on the issues that matter most to them. But when you see this, a lot of people say there's too much political motivation with these kinds of folks. And ultimately, what that leads to is a breakdown in trust and a lack of engagement by a majority of the American people. It's really, really a shame, and that's putting it lightly.
Ron Johnson joined me on Sunday Morning Futures, and on the show on Sunday, he said that Blinken lied to him under oath. Mark, you know what he said, that he actually was not in touch with Hunter Biden, and yet the Secretary of State is denying that as well. Ron Johnson and Chuck Grassley have written a letter to him now wanting answers. They want him to go back and testify again because they feel he lied under oath.
Yeah, and I believe that could be 5 years in prison when you lie under oath to Congress. So that's he's finding himself in a pretty murky situation. But not only was he communicating with Hunter, his wife was as well. And then on top of that, there was this shadiness about them going off the grid and using personal emails instead of government emails. So, it has me scratching my head as to how much malice there was. But look, at the end of the day, without a doubt, Antony Blinken has been involved in communicating with Hunter Biden. And we're just seeing more and more people, time and time again, are involved in somehow, some way protecting the backs of the Biden family. Very, very dirty, very crooked people.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Johnson told us that he would release that letter, and he did. And now we've got, we're all waiting for some kind of an answer from Blinken. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden's legal team claims that he paid $750,000 in child support since he learned that he fathered 4-year-old Navy, the first family refusing to recognize her as a Biden. The Arkansas judge overseeing this battle scolded Hunter's team for withholding this financial information, saying, quote, the ability to redact is somewhat being abused. I'm seeing a lot of things filed, especially by Mr. Biden's counsel, sealing things, redacting things that are not confidential. Interesting development here, Lee.
It's a very interesting development. I think a very sad development. I think when you look at Hunter Biden, we were just talking about, he's a more tragic figure than the characters, the kids in Succession. It is just one thing after another. And it's when you look at this issue, you look at him as a deadbeat dad. When you look at some of the other things that are coming out, it's just horrible. And it's really, really sad. It's got to be heartbreaking for the president to continue to see one of these things after the other. The real question is what connection this has to the president.